You're in line at airport security, shivering in flip-flops, regretting your fashion choices as you watch someone effortlessly breeze past you in the perfect travel outfit. Well, some of us have been there. Today, I'm sharing personal missteps and insider advice from real flight crews. Mistake number 4 still haunts me, but let's start with a truth few passengers realize. Before your plane even takes off, the flight attendants are already sizing you up. Number 1, flight attendants notice. We think we're people watching at the airport, but on the plane, it's the flight attendants watching us, not with judgment, but with precision. From the moment you board, they're scanning your outfit, your posture, your vibe, quietly assessing who might follow instructions, who might need help in an emergency, and who might turn a minor inconvenience into a full-blown scene at 35,000 feet. I once asked a retired flight attendant what they noticed first. Her answer was shoes and attitude. People in clean, practical outfits tend to be more cooperative, especially during delays or safety briefings. But passengers in pajamas, messy clothes, or overly flashy outfits, they often fall into 2 categories, deeply chill or deeply difficult, and crew members learn quickly which is which. It's not about dressing up. It's about showing that you're present, aware, and considerate of others. A hoodie and joggers? Perfect. A sheer top and furry slippers? Maybe not ideal. The way you dress signals how you'll behave, and on a packed flight, perception often becomes reality. So while your outfit might be comfortable, remember, it's also communicating. The question is, what is it saying about you? Turns out, it's not just your outfit they notice though. Accessories you're wearing with it can cause just as much turbulence. Number 2, accessories that help or hinder. A fellow traveler once showed up at our gate wearing a floppy-brimmed hat, oversized scarf, sunglasses, and chunky headphones. She looked stylish until the TSA made her strip nearly everything off. She spent longer at security than the rest of our boarding group combined and looked flustered before she even reached her seat. Accessories can make or break your airport experience. Oversized scarves may double as blankets, but they also raise security concerns. Large jewelry sets off alarms. And bulky headphones? They make it harder to hear gate announcements or polite requests from flight attendants. Instead, go for minimal and functional. A lightweight neck pillow that clips onto your bag, compact noise-canceling earbuds, and a thin scarf that folds small but offers warmth if the plane gets cold. These are the quiet heroes of stress-free travel. One frequent flyer I met keeps all her small accessories in a designated zip pouch in her personal item. Nothing loose, nothing forgotten in a bin. Smart, simple, and security-friendly. When it comes to accessories, less fuss equals smoother travel. And while downsizing your accessories can ease your airport stress, what you wear below the waist might be the real deal breaker once you're stuck in a seat for hours. Number 3, the pants dilemma. It took me exactly 1 flight in stiff, ultra-tight jeans to realize that comfort matters far more than fashion at 35,000 feet. As the cabin pressure changed, I felt every tight stitch and seam digging into my waist. Turns out, tight or restrictive pants aren't just uncomfortable. They can become a genuine health issue. Medical studies have shown that tight clothing during flights significantly raises the risk of deep vein thrombosis, DVT, swelling, and cramps due to restricted blood circulation. Even worse, according to the FAA, roughly 68% of onboard clothing-related injuries during evacuations involve burns aggravated by synthetic or overly snug garments. A flight attendant confirmed this reality to me, explaining that synthetic leggings and restrictive jeans can melt or stick to skin in emergencies, causing severe injury. Ever since my uncomfortable jeans experience, I always opt for loose-fitting, breathable pants or comfortable travel joggers. Bonus tip: look for pants with a stretchy, breathable fabric blend. Your comfort and safety will dramatically improve, especially on long-haul flights. But even the roomiest pants can't save you if what's underneath is working against you. Trust me, the wrong underwear can ruin an entire flight. Number 4, the underwear dilemma. Let's get real. After a 7-hour flight wearing the wrong pair of underwear, I learned my lesson the hard way. What started as a slight itch turned into full-on chafing and discomfort that made me squirm the entire descent. And I'm not alone. I once ran a casual poll on my Instagram stories, and underwear regrets were shockingly common among even the most seasoned travelers. The truth is, underwear matters more than we admit. Tight or synthetic fabrics can trap sweat, limit breathability, and lead to irritation, especially in the dry, pressurized air of the cabin. Even cotton, which we often think of as comfy, can feel damp and clingy mid-flight. It's not just about comfort, it can be a health issue too. One flight attendant shared that experienced travelers often wear moisture-wicking, seamless undergarments made from performance fabrics. They're soft, breathable, and move with you, exactly what you want at cruising altitude. These days, I always fly in lightweight travel underwear designed for long-haul wear. And just in case of delays or unexpected spills, I quietly keep a fresh pair tucked into my carry-on. It's saved me more than once. If what you wear underneath can make or break your comfort, just imagine the chaos when your outer layers aren't working with you either. Number 5. The layered strategy. One winter, I boarded a 9-hour flight from Frankfurt to Chicago wearing a thick hoodie and a full coat. I figured I'd be cold. But 40 minutes into the flight, trapped in the middle seat with no airflow, I was sweating like I'd just run to the gate, which, to be fair, I had. That was the last time I underestimated the power of layers. Cabin temperatures are notoriously unpredictable. Sometimes the plane feels like a freezer, other times it's oddly warm. That's why seasoned travelers and every flight attendant I've ever spoken to swear by breathable, adjustable layers. Start with a base layer. Soft cotton or moisture-wicking tees work best. Add a lightweight sweater or hoodie, and finish with a packable jacket or wrap you can stash overhead. Avoid bulky outerwear unless absolutely necessary. It just eats up space and traps heat. Now, here's a bonus you might not expect. Many planes blast cold air during boarding and taxi, but warm up during flight. If you layer right, you'll never be the passenger shivering or peeling off sweaters in a panic. Just zip, unbutton, and relax. So, you've mastered your layers, now let's move down to the one thing that hits the ground running, or trips you up entirely. Number 6. Footwear failures. We've all seen passengers struggling through the airport, clearly regretting their shoe choices, and yes, I've been one of them. Footwear might seem minor, but at the airport, it can quickly ruin your day. I've personally experienced or witnessed these 3 specific footwear fails. First, flip-flops. They're tempting, but offer zero support. Expose your feet to germs, airports aren't clean, and make running to catch a flight miserable. Second, high heels. Stylish, sure, but completely impractical. A friend once slipped at an airport escalator in stilettos, bruising both her pride and her ankle. Third, tightly laced boots. These cause massive security line delays. I've personally watched passengers hold up entire TSA lines, awkwardly wrestling off complicated footwear as others impatiently waited behind. A flight attendant once told me travelers wearing slip-on sneakers or comfortable flats breeze through security, navigate terminals comfortably, and handle unexpected sprints without stress. A practical footwear swap is supportive slip-ons or sneakers. And my personal bonus tip, keep foldable slippers or soft socks handy for extra onboard comfort. But even the perfect pair of sneakers won't save you if what's underneath them leaves you barefoot at TSA. Trust me, your socks deserve just as much attention. Number 7. The sock situation. You reach security, confident you're ready, until you realize you're barefoot, standing awkwardly on the cold, questionable airport floor. I've made this exact mistake, and let me tell you, it's not just uncomfortable, it can actually pose a health risk. Walking barefoot through TSA exposes you to germs and bacteria that thrive in high-traffic areas. But there's an even bigger issue, your health. Flight attendants and medical experts often warn about deep vein thrombosis, DVT, a potentially dangerous condition triggered by poor circulation on flights. Compression socks are your secret weapon here. They boost blood flow, preventing swelling and significantly lowering DVT risk. A frequent flyer friend once landed after a 10-hour flight with swollen ankles and painful feet. After switching to compression socks, she told me it was like night and day. No swelling, less fatigue, and a much smoother journey overall. A practical solution is always wearing comfortable socks, preferably compression socks, for security and throughout your flight. And as a bonus tip, stash a spare pair in your carry-on for extra freshness after landing. Your feet are warm, your circulation's flowing, and you've nailed airport comfort from the ground up. But even the coziest outfit can't save you if your carry-on causes chaos the moment you board. Number 8. The overhead bin battle. The boarding process always starts the same, everyone eager to claim their space, but suddenly it stalls. Up ahead, someone's wedging a monstrous roller into the overhead bin, while their puffy jacket flails like a parachute caught in the wind. It's a scene that plays out daily, and more often than not, the real problem isn't just the bag, it's the outfit. Bulky coats draped over luggage, neck pillows swinging like wrecking balls, extra handbags clipped to suitcase handles, it all adds up to chaos. I once watched a man block an entire boarding lane because his oversized hoodie kept snagging on the bin latch every time he lifted his carry-on. The The flight attendant gave up helping after the third try. Here's the fix. Wear a compressible jacket you can stuff inside your bag. Swap that structured suitcase for a flexible duffel. It squeezes into awkward bin spaces with zero drama, and keep your add-ons separate and stowed until you're seated. Once your bags are stowed and the aisle is finally clear, you'd think the hard part is over, until you realize you've got one more item with nowhere to put it, sitting right on your head. Number 9. Hat head hazards. Hats might seem like the perfect travel accessory. They elevate your outfit, tame a bad hair day, and give off "I've traveled before" energy. But once you're on the plane, that stylish brim can turn into a full-on burden. I learned this the hard way with a structured fedora I refused to pack. At first, it looked great in the terminal, but mid-boarding, I realized I had no clue where to put it. On my head? Not with the seat reclined. In the overhead bin. It got crushed by someone else's roller bag. And forget wearing it off the plane. It had the shape of a tortilla by the end. Flight attendants say this is more common than you'd think. Passengers either refuse to part with their hats or try balancing them awkwardly on their lap for 6 hours straight. If you love wearing hats, opt for a soft, packable one, something that can roll or fold without losing its shape, or tuck it into a pillowcase and stuff it in your personal item. Trust me, it's better than spending your flight playing musical chairs with your headwear. After juggling jackets, bags, and even a misshapen hat, you finally settle into your seat, hoping to relax. But then, someone nearby unleashes a cloud of cologne strong enough to peel paint. Number 10. The fragrance faux pas. Everyone wants to feel fresh at the airport. Long lines, tight cabins, recycled air. It's a recipe for feeling less than your best. So it's tempting to give yourself a generous spritz of cologne or perfume before boarding. But what seems like a personal comfort can turn into a cabin-wide offense. Strong scents linger in enclosed spaces, and not everyone reacts well. I once sat next to a guy whose aftershave was so overpowering, the flight attendant actually moved another passenger 2 rows up to stop the sneezing. What smells clean to you might trigger migraines, nausea, or allergies in others. And once that scent's in the air, there's no escape. No open windows at 35,000 feet. A flight attendant once told me that subtle grooming goes unnoticed, but overpowering fragrances get passengers remembered, for all the wrong reasons. Instead, freshen up with unscented wipes or citrus-scented hand sanitizers. So there you have it, some of the most common airport outfit mistakes, and how to avoid them like a pro. Now it's your turn. Share your own travel clothing disaster or go-to airport outfit in the comments. I'd love to hear what you swear by, or what you'll never wear again. If this helped you rethink your next airport look, give it a like, hit subscribe, and share it with a fellow traveler who always overpacks their wardrobe. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, safe and stylish travels.